Hello Scorpio, and welcome to my channel Green Line Goddess Tarot. This is your mid-month reading for August, and we start the second half of August with the new moon in Leo on the 16th, and then we move into Virgo season. We have a Mercury retrograde happening, and by the end of this month Uranus is retrograding and slowing down. So we have a very strong Uranus, we have a very strong Jupiter as well. Jupiter is going to go retrograde at the start of September, so when the big planets slow down, they become stronger. So we've got strong Jupiter, strong Uranus in Taurus. And so we'll see what's coming in for you. A lot of earth energy is coming through. We have the Chariot, discipline and determination. You're like this beautiful rhino that is just one step at a time, moving onwards and upwards. I can get there. It's going to require having a bit of a thick skin, a tough hide, but it's also saying that with this determination and discipline, you can get where you want to get to. So, or you can kind of reach a state or a stage or a place that you're searching for here with the Chariot. Is actually the card of Cancer. So it is a water energy. So let's see what's shifting and changing for you, Scorpio. It's just beautifully lightly raining here. So it's nice to have the water element coming in for the water signs. So let's see, we've got more water. Okay, what is shifting and changing? Cup 8, Neptune, Pisces. So this is where it feels like something's been really murky. There's been some murky emotional waters here within a situation or a relationship, or just how you're feeling about something. It may be that it's just hasn't been feeling great, or it just wasn't fulfilling. And the 8 of Cups is where you're emotionally detaching from something and just going, you know what, there's something that's not clear here with this. It's not feeling great. And with some discipline and determination, perhaps I can find a solution or work out what I'm doing with this. But yeah, the Neptune Pisces energy feels like it's just, murkiness is the energy I feel with it. It's just kind of like, oh, like I want to have a shower and clean this energy off. So let's see what else is coming through for you, Scorpio. So I think this is good. Like the rhino's just going, I'm ascending. It's going, onwards and upwards. I'm rising above this. I'm rising, I'm moving above this. So that's really great. And it could be where just there's been something very unclear between you and someone else, or some boundaries have been unclear, or somebody hasn't necessarily there's a lack of clarity that comes through. So let's see what else is coming in for Scorpio. What else does Scorpio need for the second half of August? So there's some big energies around. There really is some potential for some big shifts of consciousness, but also with this Mars in Virgo and Mercury in Virgo, it can be getting really determined to just get things done. And so I think that is what this rhinoceros is kind of doing here. The 2 of Cups, it definitely could be around relationships, crossed by the 2 of Wands. It hasn't been clear what direction it's going in, or if there is a new path that lies ahead. So I feel with all this water around and the 2 of Cups, it's definitely around a particular relationship or just how some patternings, some emotional patternings within relationships. So that's something that I feel like you're going to be really strongly working with in the second half of August. Let's see what else is coming through for Scorpio. Yeah, it's been like, look at all these 2s. There's definitely partnerships. It definitely feels like there's been some things that have been like a bit of drama around, or some big emotions, like some swaying or wavery emotions, like it's swinging emotions, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's been a bit of a balancing act here. So let's see what else is coming through for this. But with the 2s, definitely it's like you and one-on-one energy. It's not a group energy. It's you and somebody else. So something's been very kind of out of balance or unaligned in some way. So let's see. So there's opportunity, I think, here for some healing, which is actually really nice. But with the Chariot energy, I get a lot of like I said, that Mars, that it's time to take action and to use your own strength of character and your own resilience to be able to rise above this and move forward. So it is going to require a little bit of effort. Let's see what else is coming through for Scorpio. What else is coming in for Scorpio? I just got to get the right frequency into this card, Scorpio. Queen of Cups, this is you, the Queen of Water coming in. And this is the Divine Feminine. You're really possibly going into your feelings. This is Cancer again. Cancer energy, the Divine Mother, the going inwards, the Divine Feminine, really coming back in and nurturing your feelings, nurturing your heart, just going, I really need to sit with what I'm feeling here. But the Chariot is like the crab that's got the armor on the shell and moves forward. It's almost like this sense of, this feels softer, the Queen of Cups for me. It feels like it's like I'm going within my heart and working out how I'm feeling. But when I go out into the external world and perhaps the face that I'm putting on and showing other people, there's this kind of barrier, there's this armor that's coming on. So, which is interesting that is also a very Scorpio-like energy, but it's not the Scorpion that's coming up, it's Cancer energy. So this could be that there might be themes around family and home and mother and nurturing that are coming in more so with this. So let's see what else is coming through for you, Scorpio. I don't know why the cards are just kind of not going to the right frequency, but it might just be one of those things, when this Neptunian energy can cloud things, and yeah, it just feels like there's been something very unclear. Okay, the other thing that they're saying with the higher potential of Neptune and Pisces is that can be compassion, peace, healing, forgiveness that's coming through. We've got the Magician, the Lovers. You're turning up as the Page of Swords. You're finding solutions. The Eight of Pentacles, this could be around your work or something that you're putting a lot of work into. The Knight of Cups, this is wanting to move forward. And the High Priestess. Wow. Okay. That's more Cancer energy with the High Priestess coming through. The Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. So you might even have a Cancer around you that's being very significant at this moment. I'm just getting the rest of this little bit of conflict around for you here, Scorpio, like interpersonal conflict with somebody. So we're just kind of going down a bit of a journey. The Nine of Wands, I pulled quite a few cards. So I just wanted to find out where this was going for you. So it's probably more a bit of an extended reading, but we'll get there. So the situation, the Two of Cups crossed by the Two of Wands, the twos crossing each other, fire and water is crossing each other here. So yeah, I mean, we are in Leo season. It might be that there's a lot of fire around, and when you have too much fire with water, it's not necessarily the good combination. Water can boil or fire can steam, and so it can be that kind of energy that comes through. Or water can steam and fire can get put out is what I'm trying to say. So sometimes it's just trying to find the balance between that. And even if you do have a fire sign around you, or the fire can just be creativity, passion, action, the Divine Masculine. So it does really feel like it's going to be really important to find this balance between the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine within you, and how you're working in your life. So this kind of work-life balance, this sense of being able to retreat into an emotional space, plus then go out into the world feeling strong. These kind of energies might be what you're working with here. And so the Two of Wands is when there's something new that's activated, or that there's a new path that's opening up. And that's potentially what's blocking this relationship at this moment, whether that's happening or not. So there's something new that's kind of coming in that is possibly, destabilizing perhaps with the Two of Pentacles, because we've got something's kind of, it's a bit of a balancing act. So something's been out of balance, and you might even be feeling a little bit ambivalent about, what this energy is that's coming through. So yeah, we can see the water. There's some big waves here. They might be having some big waves of emotion that you're kind of trying to work through as well, perhaps trying to find the emotional balance within a situation that's coming through. Neptune does rule the sea. So if we look at what's happening with the sea, in your conscious mind, there's a lot of maybe a little bit of drama around with that, or just a lot of big waves, like I said. So at the base, we have this beautiful Queen of Cups, the Divine Feminine of water. And this is where, if you go deep down inside yourself, it's really important to come back and commune with your emotions, get into your feelings, and connect in with your heart and what your heart is saying. I feel like this is nourishing and nurturing yourself and, yeah, doing something special for yourself here with this Queen of Cups. So it kind of feels really important that there's this place of sanctuary that you can come back to, whether it's like a home or whether it feels like it's home within yourself. But that feels like it's like I need this little sanctuary that I can come back to emotionally replenish after a big day at work or after having to deal with a whole heap of other people's energies, and maybe you're absorbing a whole heap of that. And it's like I need to come back and emotionally renew. So how you're managing your emotions is going to be a really important time around this period. In the recent past, we have the Magician. So this is Mercury coming in with the Magician. And this is potentially like some kind of inspired idea or some kind of new thing manifesting, new thing that you've become quite conscious of here with the Magician. So there's something new manifesting that perhaps you're not entirely sure about when it comes to you and another person, you and a relationship. This can be any kind of relationship. It's just more of a one-on-one. So it could be, like a partner, but it could also be if it seems to have the closeness to it, or it's a significance to it. It doesn't have to necessarily be, there could be conflict around it. So it could be you and a parent, or you and a sibling, or you and a friend, or you and a workmate, or you and a boss. But it's just what the dynamic is between the two of you. So the Magician's trying to work out this kind of new thing that's you're becoming very consciously aware of in the dynamic of this relationship and where it might be going. And so in the near future, you've got the Lovers, which is this card of a choice. There's a choice that's coming through here. And it's kind of interesting because, the choice is clouded between these two people. There's a lack of clarity about what is the choice. But in the higher realms here with the angels, the choice is clear. So again, it's kind of that with Neptune, you can see there's two very different energies you can work with. Neptune on more of a human realm or a lower vibration can be where something feels really, you feel a bit lost or disillusioned or very unsure, very unclear. It's like being in a fog like this. There's a cloud, something's very clouded. But Neptune in the higher realms is going up and connecting to your soul, connecting to your spirit and getting the clarity, the oneness that's coming through there and understanding that the connection on that level. So and it's kind of like if you can clear the murky, you can go up to this almost like spiritual high with the understanding of what's going on with this relationship. So it's, you can swing between these two very different energies, which is what we're seeing here with the Two of Pentacles. You can swing. It's kind of interesting. You're presenting as the Page of Swords. I like this energy for you because this is having a very open and curious mind, coming up with new ideas, listening to what's going on, maybe being open to new information. So I think having the courage to find some solutions or new ideas that are coming in. So it may be that there's a lot of communication as well, like messaging that's coming in. And so I just feel communication is definitely something that's, you've got your ear to the wind and you're kind of getting a lot of messages coming through around either from this person or around or about this person. So your situation, the energy surrounding you is the Eight of Pentacles. This is the Virgo energy of work. And so we do have Mars and Mercury in Virgo. We are going through a Mercury retrograde. So it may be that you're going over, we do see a lot of, with the 2 sevens up there, that there's a lot of reevaluation and looking at reworking a direction that's coming in here when it comes to relationships. So I feel like you're going to be putting in a bit of work around that. And like I said, it could be to do with your work. Hopes and fears, we've got the Knight of Cups. This is where the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Cups sends her knight out and says, it's time for us to move forward. How am I feeling? So all of this is about moving forward, onward and upwards emotionally. But there is a bit of an emotional charge around it, the sense of moving forward with this. And the Knight of Cups is perhaps wanting to cross an emotional threshold into new territory, into new spaces, into within this relationship, or what it is that you're searching for in relationships. This can be love and romance as well with the Knight of Cups. So we have as an outcome the High Priestess, the Seven of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. So I'm going to go through all of these. So the High Priestess is, again, we've got the beautiful moon, crescent moon of the High Priestess. I want to put these ones down actually. So the crescent moon of the High Priestess is Cancer rules the moon. So this moon energy, the fluctuations in how you're feeling about something or someone, perhaps a lot's been revealed about what's going on in your subconscious with these feelings. And it might also be a sense of being highly attuned, like your intuition is really, you're tuning into not only your feelings and emotions, but somebody else's. So when it comes to a relationship, the High Priestess can represent that it feels a little bit like it's in a limbo land, or that there's something's in a bit of an in-between space, a liminal space. The High Priestess wants to be like the number one, wants to be in that place where it's like I'm up on a pedestal and I'm not somebody's number one, or I feel really valued, So, but the Seven of Pentacles next to the High Priestess is saying that perhaps there's something that can be reassessed when it comes to a process, a direction. There might need to be a bit of a pivot in the way something's working in your life, or the direction, that a very tangible shift and change that could be around like the way money's working, or if it's to do with your work, perhaps it's a work process or a work project, something shifts and changes with that. It's just this reassessment of what direction is this heading in, and it might feel like there's a new pivot, a new direction that you're considering here. We do have the Seven of Cups, which is again a sense of a reevaluation, but this is kind of interestingly where we can see the fog. The Seven of Cups, it's not necessarily clear how you're feeling or how somebody else is feeling. And so even though there's this sense of wanting to kind of reevaluate how it is that you're feeling, this Eight of Swords can't see something. They're stuck. They're caught in some kind of it feels like a restricted space. And so I feel like this could be, it's hard to move through that energy and find the clear way forward. So this could potentially bring a little bit of conflict with the Five of Swords. There's a cup being offered here and you're going, I don't know if I want the cup that's on offer. I'm not sure. So it could be a little bit of soul searching and reevaluation. There could be a bit of disillusionment. There could be a little bit of restlessness or bored. And that in itself could be creating a bit of a conflict. I feel like there's this dissatisfaction in your heart with how you're emotionally responding to this situation that's coming through. But then we have the fire energy that comes in, which is the King of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. It feels like the energy really shifts and changes here when you could spend a little bit too much time in how you're feeling about something and how you're thinking about what you're feeling here. And this King of Wands just comes in and says, okay, we need to actually take action. I need to actually, with the Wheel of Fortune as well, this is make a change. I actually have to make a change here, and I want to choose a change, and I want to feel confident with the change that I'm choosing. Perhaps I'm being very creative or stepping into some sort of authority and leadership, but it's kind of like, even if I don't understand the clarity of the situation or how somebody else is feeling, it's like you need to kind of just take the reins here with this King of Wands and Wheel of Fortune, because I think action is definitely, it's a time for action. It's a time for, taking action and going, right, I need to do something here. So the Four of Wands is asking you what it is that you really want from the situation. And the Leo card of the Strength card coming in is saying to have the courage to actually go for what it is that you want, to actually ask for what it is that you want and to work out. This is where we're looking at desire, passion, and really going, okay, well, what is it that you really want from a situation or a living situation or a relationship here? Because with the Four of Wands, we're seeing the 11-11. We're seeing the couple kind of, there's abundance around this relationship. Perhaps there is a sense of coming together, but the Strength card is going to require a lot of effort to be able to bring that in, some resilience, some courage, some bravery. So I think that there's a solution here with a relationship that's coming through. Action needs to be taken for it to shift and change into a new direction, but it's going to require some courage. And so you've got to sort of believe in yourself. At some point, I think you're going to get to that point where it's like, it's not going to be clear. It's not ever going to be clear. And I need to take action. So the 9 of Wands here is the wounded warrior. Again, it's a fire energy of this person has taken, there's been a lot thrown at this person, a lot of challenges, and they've risen to the challenge, a bit like the Chariot card, that beautiful rhinoceros. You've risen to a lot of challenges here, but there's a part of you that's like a little bit like, is it over yet? Can I just, can I release this? There's a bit of soul weariness, but it's like, can we complete this cycle? Can we move beyond that? So just to understand that there's a little bit of that energy around, but I think that there's this really amazing solution that comes in, that you can get what you want. You just have to be brave about asking. So let's see, I balance my masculine and feminine sides. Okay, this is your affirmation card. The masculine and feminine parts of me are in perfect balance and harmony. I am at peace and all is well. So that's where we're seeing this is a very much divine feminine. It's like this inner kind of almost inner turmoil about something, and you're kind of going through a lot internally. And eventually when we get to the King of Wands, it's like the divine masculine coming in really strongly, saying, I can't just keep going over this over and over again. I need to actually take action, like we've said. So let's pull a charm. We have the beautiful moth. Okay, so the moth and the butterfly. I love this because the moth flies to the light. It flies to the higher octaves. It flies to a sense that peace can be found. The higher octaves can be unconditional love. It can be oneness, consciousness, forgiveness. So there is this beautiful energy, soul energy, that can be, by rising up and above and being able to find the clarity through going to the light, to the higher vibrations. But as a butterfly, it's a very Scorpio-like energy about birth, death, and rebirth. There's something deeply that can be transforming here around your relationship or your emotional responses to a person in your life, or emotional patterning within relationships. And it is about, we're being a water sign, and a deep water sign as well. It may be just so easy to go right deep into those feelings, and to just, that might feel a little bit more, I want to dive deep into that and be in that divine feminine. But it really is saying at some point, you have to kind of, make a move of some sort here. So, there's definitely fantastic energy of a transformation of a relationship or relationship patternings. So that's your reading, Scorpio. Thanks so much for joining me. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and take care.